Residents of Bronkhorstspruit are outraged over spaza shops owned by foreign nationals demanding the removal of suspected contaminated food items. They're now planning to march to the city centre to shut down warehouses that they believe are selling food that's made students ill. Just yesterday, we heard of 25 pupils from Mshuluzane Mayisela Primary School who experienced itching and stomach pains after eating snacks allegedly purchased from a nearby street vendor. Our reporter Hasina Gori is back in that community. She joins us now live from Bronkhorstspruit. And Hasina, it seems the anger and the outrage from yesterday is gaining momentum once again this Friday morning.
Good morning, Ayanda, and yes, we are in Zitobeni here in Bronkhorstspruit, just outside Pretoria, where it's expected that a peaceful march was expected to take place from this township to the CBD areas. This follows that incident that took place yesterday where 25 learners contracted what's suspected to be a foodborne illness from snacks that they consumed and bought from the street vendors just outside the schools. This then sparked outrage by parents as well as community members with regards to the food that was consumed. We saw them going into some of the stores yesterday, confiscating those snacks and then burning them. This operation was curbed by the police yesterday. And then yesterday, when we last spoke with community leaders, they mentioned that today they were mobilizing once again. It was expected to start at 7 a.m. here at the four-way stop, just on the outskirts of the township. We're here now where a community meeting was being taken place. They were being also addressed by the station commander here with regards to a way forward. But to get more on just an update on what exactly has transpired this morning, I want to bring in community leader Strike Ntuli. Thank you so much for speaking to us. When you last spoke to the community yesterday at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, there was a call for mobilization for a peaceful march to take place. We're now here, it's almost 9 o'clock this morning. Let's talk on what happened this morning and what's currently the plan going forward.
Yes, ma'am. Ihlelo esilithethe as a community sihlele ukuthi sikhulume ne-station commander sis-advise ukuthi masiya edrobheni siyovala ama-warehouse akhona ahlupha umphakathi ngokuthengiswa kwezinto ezingakalunganga ezi-expirile. So us-advise ukuthi kunehlelo abazolenza le-operation abazomonitora yonke situation lesikhala ngayo simphakathi. Namanje sinaye la e4 stop extension 2 ezithobeni. I-station commander uyas-addressa ngokuthi situation izohamba njani, abamaphoyisa bazoyihandlela kanjani.
As a community, how are you feeling? Does the community still want to march to Bronkhorstspruit CBD today, or are they okay with stepping down and allowing police to do what they need to do?
Yes, umphakathi ufuna ukumasha till manje uye Bronkhorstspruit uye khona kuyenza shutdown. So into esisaba kakhulu siyi-community ukuthi makwenziwa lama operations ama community singekho emthethweni, kunabantu abaphula ama-shop benza i-vandalism baphula ama-shop, so angeke umphakathi siye khona.
This is just one of the community leaders, Strike Ntuli, who we're speaking to. We spoke with yesterday, just getting a way forward. It seems that according to the station commander, they've addressed the community leaders, they've advised them to rather allow police to carry on the investigations that they have, the operations, to go into those stores and those warehouses who seem to be stocking and supplying expired goods, which seems to be the source of this foodborne illness that has been outbreaked in certain areas, specifically here in Zitobeni at the specific school. We know that 22 of the 25 pupils have been released from the hospitals. We're unsure yet on the 3 others. We've spoken with some of the committee members earlier in the morning as well, saying that they're really concerned with the children, that while they might be able to curb their children's intake of snacks at home, once they go into school and to the community, they might get stuff from their friends, or they might buy themselves and then get ill, like we saw yesterday. While there wasn't any serious illnesses, many of them had rashes and stomach aches, which were then able to be dealt with by topical medication, that an oral medication, that it could be worse, and there could be other illnesses that come from this. We're hearing behind us, I want to ask Gabi to just give you a sense of the community that's gathered behind here at this four-way stop. They're trying to, figure out what is the way forward. Many of them still wanting to go to Bronkhorstspruit to show their frustrations, to show their anger and concern with regards to the situation here. So it's unclear now whether or not this march will go forward. There was a call yesterday that if this march takes place, it has to be peaceful, that it has to be without any vandalism and vigilantism, which is a concern that might take place. And I think the concern even from police at this stage that given the anger of the community and their frustration, that this could be a protest that spills into the stores being vandalized, people being hurt, and they've rather advised for the community to allow police to go in with the operation. We know from the Gauteng Education Department yesterday saying that they are investigating the outbreak, that they are working with the health department, working with police to investigate the items that are being sold and to ensure that they are safe for consumption as well. But right now, where we're standing, we can hear the community members behind us just after being addressed by the police station commander here in Extension 2 in Sitobeni, and for them now to decide whether or not collectively the protest action is going to take place. And I will continue to monitor the situation and update as things do progress here. But for now, back to you in studio.
Before we let you go, Hasina, I mean, from the time you've spent in that community yesterday, perhaps from the interactions this morning, what's your sense about just how widespread the frustration about this is there and the potential for this to grow much bigger than the numbers we're seeing there this morning?
And I think that's what we saw yesterday, quite a number of community members. It was a much larger group. This morning when we were outside the school as well, the SGB was outside trying to ensure that this does not disrupt the schooling as well as spill into the schooling system, saying that while the issue happened at school, that the items that were contravened, that the items that really were the issue were from outside the school system. So trying to separate the two so that this does not spill and affect schooling. But from the community itself, we've seen them try to mobilize from 7 o'clock at this stage. Still, as you mentioned, a small number, but it can grow, and we've seen it grow. Yesterday in the afternoon was quite a bigger number than we are seeing right now.
Yeah. Any update on how those pupils are doing? I mean, we had heard already from yesterday that a good chunk of them had been discharged.
From what we understand, only 3 remain in hospital. I've been having some trouble finding out from the parents right now if there are any others that are still affected. Many are still saying that their children weren't the ones affected by this, but also that this was not an isolated incident. That there have been incidences of this in the past, maybe in smaller numbers, where their children have felt ill after eating certain snacks and may have not been aligned to this specific situation or not understanding where exactly they got sick from and taking it as just a normal sickness. But I think, Ayanda, from what I'm hearing behind me and, just getting a sense from the community, it seems that they will be marching towards the CBD area. So we will be following them as they, move from this area onwards.